Learning bushcraft and survival skills becomes a lifelong journey of discovery that gives you a deep understanding of how early civilizations used these skills to make a living in the wilderness. I dedicate my life exploring these skills and teaching them to students on practical outdoor survival courses. Only then will they have the knowledge and the skill to enjoy the freedom of safely exploring wild and incredible places. Life is an adventure meant to be lived in an absolutely extraordinary way. Join me on this epic adventure where I will teach you the ways of the woodsman.
Climbing mountains in an ancient land, crossing rivers and burning desert sand. I search for freedom every step of the way, keeping faith beside me day after day. This is just my survival way, walking in my survival way.
For a woodsman, a fire provides a way to cook your food, to make water safe to drink by boiling it, to provide lighting in the dark, to harden weapons and tools, and to act as a rescue signal for rescuers to find you. Even the byproducts of a fire has many uses for a woodsman in the field. Powdered charcoal can be used to settle an upset stomach. It can be used to make resin glue, and the wood ash from your fire can act as toothpaste and to help absorb moisture by rubbing it into your skin to keep you dry and healthy. A fire needs three things to burn. It needs an ignition source, which can be created through various modern and primitive firelighting methods. It also needs fuel in the form of tinder, small sticks, and eventually firewood that can create your flames and heat. And then it also needs oxygen to allow the fire and that flame to burn. Making a fire in the outdoors requires proper preparation. You'll have to create a safe fire pit, you will have to have good tinder selection, and then your stage your sticks ranging from small snap sticks to pencil sticks, and eventually your firewood will have to be collected and carried into your area ready to light your fire. You will also have to overcome obstacles like cold and wet that might hinder or prevent you from lighting a fire successfully. When you have selected an ideal place for your fire pit in relation to your shelter, you will clear an area to ensure that there are no grass or other flammable materials that could cause fire and cause an out of control situation. The next step is to dig a hole in the ground, roughly about 50 centimeters in diameter and about 10 centimeters deep, to contain your fire. That should do it. Your next step will be to line your fireplace with rocks to contain your fire and make sure that you don't need as much firewood to burn. In a freshly dug fire pit, the ground is damp, and that cold will simply pull the heat from your tinder bundle when it starts to burn. To combat that cold, we need to lay a platform of dry sticks to insulate the tinder from the damp ground. That should be perfect. Selecting and preparing tinder for your fire is absolutely vital. The tinder available will depend on the environment you find yourself in and may be as simple as grass, some inner bark from trees, or even animal dung. In this video, I'm going to show you how to collect and prepare grass as tinder, but all the other available tinders will be covered in another episode of Ways of the Woodsman. Always select grass for your tinder that is suspended off the ground. This will expose the grass to the wind and sun, which will drive moisture from it, giving you the driest available tinder. When you have collected a big handful of grass, you roll it tightly in your hand into a tight ball. This will drive remaining moisture from the grass and give you a fine striking surface for your fire lighting. When selecting stager sticks for your fire lighting, you start by selecting the smallest, thinnest sticks at the edge of the branches. I call these snap sticks for the simple reason that when you touch this little stick, it simply snaps off the end of the branch without bending, and it comes off clean and easy. You should collect a nice big handful of these dry sticks, as they form the base of your fire lighting. A nice big handful snap sticks like this will certainly make your fire lighting much easier. Your next step will be to collect pencil sticks. These are sticks about, you guessed it, the thickness of a pencil. And you will need a nice big handful of this, and they need to be absolutely dry, as this will form the base that will establish your flame and make sure that it burns brightly. Once you have collected your pencil sticks, you will have to go out and collect firewood that range from small sticks, ideal to boil water and cook your food, to larger logs that will provide consistent heat to keep you warm against the cold. Make an adventure out of it, because you never know what you will find when you're out there looking for firewood. Before lighting your fire, lay out your collected resources neatly in the order that you're going to use them. First, you have your grass tinder bundle. Then you've got your snap sticks, and then your big handful of pencil sticks. Lastly, your firewood is within arm's reach, so that you can start to get your fire established and have it burn efficiently. To prepare your tinder bundle properly, break it up into a fine ball and then open up your tinder bundle to create a large striking surface area. Place it on the platform to insulate your tinder bundle from the ground, and we're ready to light our fire. There are many ways to light a fire in the wilderness, and most of those techniques will be covered in future videos of Ways of the Woodsman. But for this video, I have selected a fire steel because I need a simple and effective way to light a fire quickly. A fire steel is a metal rod that burns at roughly 3000 degrees. In modern times, it is probably the most reliable way to light a fire in the wilderness, as it is completely waterproof and produces a shower of sparks that can ignite most tinders in the wilderness easily. I will use my knife to scrape the fire steel and produce a shower of sparks that will ignite my tinder. Add your snapsticks slowly and keep them in the air to allow oxygen to establish your flame. Once you have a good strong flame, you can put your snapsticks down and then add your pencil sticks. Creating a fire requires patience, and overdoing it the first time often results in failure. But if you're patient enough and your preparation is good, you'll have a fire in no time. The comfort of a burning campfire is a privilege that a woodsman should never take for granted. As a woodsman, you should be able to create a fire efficiently in any weather conditions. You should always keep your fire safe. And remember, when exploring wild and beautiful places, we should only leave footprints and only take memories.
Climbing mountains in an ancient land, crossing rivers and burning desert sand. I search for freedom every step of the way, keeping faith beside me day after day.
I hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Ways of the Woodsman as much as I have enjoyed filming it. Remember that no skills video or book can ever replace the practical experience gained from attending a course in the field. And when you explore wild and wonderful places, always leave only footprints and take only memories. I look forward to welcoming you around the campfire on a survival course soon.
My heart has found a place where I can be free. In thunder and the rain, I now clearly see this is just my survival way.